Howdy y'all, welcome to my kitchen. I appreciate y'all taking the time to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. What is it that I'm up to? Well, it's dishes. I hate dishes. Even though I use super hot water because, well, I run my hot water heater as high as it'll go because when I want a hot shower, I want a long, hot shower, especially when my back's acting up. But that kind of reminds me of a story. And since I know that, you know, washing dishes is so boring, it's boring as all get out to me, so maybe we'll share this story. Years ago on the internet, there was a story going around, and it went something like this. Young man from the flatlands down in the city went up to see his grandpappy. Lived up in the hills. And grandpappy invited him to stay for dinner. So, you know, of course the kid said yeah. And he asked if he could help, and grandpappy said sure. He said, hand me that skillet over there. And the young man grabbed the skillet, and he said, Grandpap, this skillet's kind of greasy. And Grandpop says, well, yeah, that's about as good as cold water can get it. And the young man just kind of like shrugged it off and like, all right. And Grandpap says, well, why don't you go ahead and set the table? So the young man goes over to the cupboard and he starts pulling out dishes and whatnot. And he's like, Grandpa, these dishes are kind of slimy and they got food stuck on them. And the old man says, yeah, well, it's about as good as cold water can get them. So the young man, you know, just goes over to the sink and goes to rinse them off, and he's thinking, cold water? He doesn't say anything. After all, you know, Grandpop's an old man, and his eyesight ain't all that what it used to be, and you know, just kind of being polite. But then they sit down to dinner, and they, you know, they have a nice little conversation as they're having dinner and whatnot. And they finish up dinner. Grandpa takes his plate and sets it down on the floor next to the skillet. And the young man's looking at him like, what the heck? I really need to wear my glasses when I'm doing dishes. And anyway, the old man goes over to the door, opens the door and hollers out, come here, cold water, come on, boy. Anyway, I've always gotten a kick out of that story. I hope I didn't screw it up too bad if you already know it. I'm going to finish up these here dishes, and I think I'm going to make up some coleslaw. Y'all want to see me how I make up coleslaw? Well, then, yeah, okay, I'll turn that pot down a little bit. Then I'll see y'all in a little bit. Alright, appreciate y'all stopping by. Let me know, leave me a comment. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So I'll see y'all again. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.